Honestly, is anybody really surprised anymore? Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. On today's program, I am here to discuss The Walking Dead Season 10 and some current news in regards to the ratings for the premiere. Now, to kind of go off track here just for a little bit, I have seen the Season 10 premiere. I'm not going to spoil anything in this video. I will probably put out a video with my thoughts on the premiere sometime this week if time permits. But overall, just to give kind of like a little short 1 minute preview, I didn't hate this episode. Quite frankly, I thought it was more enjoyable than a lot of the stuff from season 9, but that's beside the point. But until then, we are here to discuss the ratings drop for season 10 premiere, and I can't say that I'm shocked. Is anybody even really surprised by this? But so this article comes from the Hollywood Reporter that says The Walking Dead premiere dips to series low ratings. It's becoming a familiar story in the early weeks of the 2019-2020 TV season. A veteran series posts significant declines in its return. This time, it's The Walking Dead. AMC's flagship series began its 10th season Sunday with its smallest same-day audience ever, drawing 4 million viewers and a 1.4 rating among adults 18 to 49. Yikes. The previous lows came from the next to last episode of season 9 in March, which earned 4.15 million viewers and a 1.5 in the 18 to 49 demographic. Sunday's premiere was down 34% from the season 9 debut in total viewers. 35% in AMC's core demographic of adults, 25 to 54. I cannot read. Sorry, guys. 2.9 rating to 1.9, and 42% in adults 18 to 49. Wait, so if I'm not mistaking that, that's a 42% drop from the season 9 premiere last year in the key demographic. Yikes. The Walking Dead, which was renewed for its 11th season, a day ahead of the premiere, still holds a sizable lead over every other show on ad-supported cable, excluding sports and news. Yeah. That's still a far cry from seasons ago, but I digress. AMC notes that the 35% dip in adults 25 to 54 is in line with declines in that demo for the season premieres of This Is Us, minus 33%, The Good Doctor, minus 29%, and Young Sheldon, minus 38%. Ad-supported TV as a whole is suffering from sizable declines in same-day ratings as audiences both have more options for programming and more ways to catch up on series after they air. Last season, The Walking Dead increased its 18 to 49 rating by 54%, and total viewers by 48% after 3 days of delayed viewing. After 7 days, the show's initial numbers were up by 68% in the 18 to 49 demo and 59% in viewers. Sunday's episode was also available a week early to users of the AMC Premiere subscription service. Subsequent episodes will be released 2 days before their on-air debuts. See, and that's the thing, is I keep hearing about, oh, well, people have signed up for AMC Premiere, so they've watched the TV show that way. Well, that's fine and dandy. So where are the numbers? I would certainly like to know what the subscription numbers are for the AMC Premiere app. I'm just saying, because we don't have any concrete evidence to really support that this show is as successful, or shall I say, more than successful as it was in the previous years. And believe it or not, to anyone who's still in denial about this, ratings do matter. They matter tremendously. And I don't understand. I don't understand how people can still seem to say that this show is still as relevant as it was a few years ago. Sure, maybe 4.15 million viewers is a decent number, I'll give you that, but it's a far cry from, good lord, if you think about it, back in 2014, 2015, this show had 12 million viewers. There were 12 million people that were watching this show every Sunday night back around season 4, season 5. I think season 5 was when it was at its peak at 12 million viewers. This was once the most watched show ever. And now, thinking about it, I think Game of Thrones and Stranger Things has actually been pulling in more viewers. And besides the fact that the Game of Thrones last season was absolute garbage, it still pulled in a lot of viewers. Certainly a lot more, I think, than The Walking Dead has ever really had, even when it was at its peak at 12 million. But these numbers are really not good. They're really not good. And they're still on the decline, too. I mean, if I'm reading that right, it was, what, a 30% in drop from the previous season? That's not really good at all. And it just amazes me that they've managed to renew the show for season 11. But I guess I really shouldn't be surprised by that, because I predict that the show will probably go on for season 12. But here's a real kicker. Denai Guerrero is supposed to be leaving this show. Well, in fact, she is leaving this show somewhere about halfway through the season. So it makes me wonder what's going to happen when she finally exits the show. It's going to be interesting to see what the numbers are going to be like, because around the time that Andrew Lincoln left, the show was still on the decline. So it makes me wonder, with her leaving, if that's going to have an impact on the viewership as well. It'll be for sure interesting to see. And then another thing I haven't mentioned with season 11, it was confirmed that Lauren Cohan will be coming back as a series regular in season 11 to reprise her role as Maggie. And they're going to need her at this point, because as it stands right now, when Denai leaves, they're just only going to have Melissa McBride and Norman Reedus as the mainstays that have been with the show from the very beginning. Granted, I know Denai Guerrero was only in the show since season 3, but really, Daryl and Carol are the mainstays that have been with the show from the very beginning, and they're going to be the last ones left, because everyone else that has been with the show for quite some time, probably the earliest they've been with the show was season 4, or the back half of season 4 with Eugene and Rosita. Those are pretty much the only two, I think, that are still with this show, as opposed to Daryl and Carol, who have been with the show from the very beginning. But now with Maggie coming back into the picture in season 11, it's going to be interesting to see if they're still going to manage to hold on to those viewers, if they're going to be able to bring more people back to this show. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but like I said, this is just not looking good. It really isn't, and I'm just wondering if, because this is the season premiere. Usually the season premiere has the biggest draw, and if this is what the season premiere is going to look like, I shudder to think what the numbers are going to be like for the upcoming episodes, because usually it's the upcoming episodes that sees kind of a bit of a dip, and then with, like I said, with Denai Guerrero leaving the show, it'll be interesting to see if they're still going to be able to maintain those numbers, or if they're going to go on an even steeper decline. But we shall see. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about this as far as the ratings for season 10. If you'd like to contribute your comments, certainly leave a comment down below. And thanks for watching. And until next time, dear friends, this is Cynical Lindsay, signing off.